Hi, I am Kathy Dykstra. I am super excited today to be introducing you to my newest offering in my Etsy shop, which is a curriculum called Girls Can Sew, and it is designed to teach sewing for girls ages 8 to 12. Actually, it can even go beyond 12. I have over 30 years of teaching experience, and I've taught everything from beginning sewing to advanced heirloom sewing techniques. And I've taught children to women, and even have taught women that don't speak English. With all this teaching experience and the variety that I've had, I have used all of this and developed a course that I believe will empower young women who want to learn how to sew and give them the ability when they finish this course to hopefully be able to read a pattern and follow directions. In this course, you will have both a student notebook, which has lots of pictures, lots of diagrams. It is very wordy, which potentially could be daunting for some students. I do try and appeal to all the learning styles, which is oral, visual, tactile, and kinesthetic. So if you apply all of these techniques when you're teaching, which is the goal in this course, hopefully each one of those reinforces the other, and the goal is for sewing success for these girls. The sewing curriculum that I'm offering includes both a student handbook but also a teacher handbook. And the teacher handbook comes with a preface that gives lots and lots of teaching tips on how to effectively teach children. But then it also has all of the same diagrams and instructions as the student's handbook. That makes it easy for reference, but it includes various tips in red at the different places where I feel like there may be problems that you're going to run into, or to alert you to what to look out for. Also included in the course are practice stitching sheets where the students will practice straight stitching, zigzags, curves. You can print as many of those out as you need. And it does include 2 PDF patterns as well as an AO file that can be printed at a printer if you prefer to have your patterns printed for you. The PDF pattern can be printed at home and a home printer. In this curriculum, the students will have 5 projects that they will complete. The first project that they'll be doing is a pillowcase, and it's very cute. You've got your base fabric, a contrast band, and then an accent piece in between. Each one of these classes builds upon the skills learned in the previous class. So the second project is really a lot of fun, and kids will be able to explore their creativity. You'll really get to see their personalities with this because they're going to trim a throw pillow. And the trims can be ribbon, rickrack, lace, whatever you can come up with, and allowing the student to choose them will keep them excited about the project, and they will get a lot of practice with their straight stitching and accuracy on this. The back of the pillow has a lacked zipper, so they'll also be learning how to do that. The third project is a twirly skirt for the girls, and it has a yoke on it and then a gathered skirt below that and it has an elastic waistband. Don't have a sample of that because that's not what I wear, and I haven't made one up for the girls, although I've made many in my years of sewing. So that's the third project. The fourth project is a tote bag, and this is another fun project for them. It's lined on the inside, so they'll learn about lining. They'll be using interfacing, And on this one, this does include a PDF pattern. I know it could be made without pattern pieces, but I want to give the kids experience working with a pattern and learning to use grain lines for laying things out and that sort of thing. And I felt like using an actual pattern would be more beneficial. The last project is a cute little patchwork pouch. This can hold pencils, it can hold makeup, it can hold your sewing supplies to carry to sewing class. It is also lined, also has a zipper, and they'll be learning how to shorten a zipper to make it fit. The pouch pattern also has a PDF file for it, and I just wanted to show you the one of the pattern pieces, because what I've done with these pattern pieces is put, let me move this up. I've got little pin indicators on the pattern piece, and that is to show the students where and how to pin patterns onto the fabric. I've done this with both the tote pattern as well as this pouch pattern. My experience has shown that new sewing students, whether they're children or adults, tend to either pin way too much or not enough, and they frequently pin parallel to the cutting line. I find that that is not the most effective way to pin, so by putting the pin indicators on the pattern pieces, that will help them as they go forward with their sewing to understand how frequently to put pins in the pattern. So as you can see, there's a lot of opportunity for learning here. A lot of practice with joining and straight stitching. They're going to learn about seam allowance and stitching accurately. They'll learn edge stitching and top stitching. I know that there are other curriculums that are available for kids to learn how to sew. My experience with other curriculums has been that they really dumb down the instructions to where it's almost suitable for a 6 to an 8-year-old, and they're very quick projects like scrunchies or drawstring tote bags. While there's a place for those for the very young beginning sewer, I want to have these girls have the ability to buy a pattern, to open it up, read and follow the directions, and be able to complete a project with minimal help. I come with this perspective because I learned how to sew as a child. My mother sent me to a sewing class, which I am so thankful for, because I wanted to learn how to sew, and my mother didn't sew a stitch. I'm not even sure she knew how to thread her sewing machine, although she did have one. But my final project was a pair of fitted pants with a zipper and a waistband, a lined vest with buttons and buttonholes, and a cape. And I used a pattern for that, and as I said, my mother couldn't help me at all with any of the sewing because she didn't sew. And so I did not want to minimize our children's ability to learn. I think they're a lot brighter than many of these curriculums give them credit for. And so hopefully by the end of this class, they will have the ability and the confidence to do some sewing without assistance. So I hope that you enjoy using this curriculum to teach your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, or even students if you're a shop owner and you wish to offer this as a kids sewing camp for the summer. It's designed to be a 5-day class, which will be all-day classes. My plan is to teach from 9:30 to 4:30 with a lunch break and other breaks just to stretch out and give their little minds a break. If you're doing half-day classes, like just for morning, it will definitely be a 2-week course. But it's a lot of fun. Kids are a lot of fun to teach. They have minds that are like sponges. They can learn, and hopefully this will empower them that they'll be able to go forward with their sewing adventures. If you enjoyed this video and don't wish to miss out on any of the upcoming ones, please hit the subscribe button.